let's get started, please. Let's get. Let's switch this in. Good. Good. Hey. So. See you later. Show me. What's going on? Okay. Well, we're warmed up already. Again, I like to do that in the class. I'll say we warm up and they okay, let's take a walk. And everyone goes to the end of the dojo. They know what I mean when I say that. So we'll just do a little warm up as we go along, and I'll introduce the walk to you. Which elbows. Switch. Shake them off. Switch. And forward and back. Use your hip. Remember, hands going forward and going back. Let the body turn with this one. Go. Go. Do now continue to turn and bring your arms around. Sheep. Go. Go. Touch. Touch. Two. Then switch. Go the other direction. Hitch. Knee. Turn. Sheep. Go. Go. Touch. Touch. Two. Up and over. I like to push my hip to the side as I do this. And twist. Let the upper body of the body relax. Just turn. As I'm doing this also, I'm putting one foot down and the other foot. Bring my back foot. Coming up from the ball or your toe. So we're transferring the weight side to side a little bit. And we'll do something with that a little bit as well. Tight center up, hips. So a few ways to do this. I like to keep the head stationary and move the hips around in a circle. Of course, we know we got our center line. Move the hip around that center line. Keeping your feet, switch. Keeping your feet rooted. Sometimes they move back and forth and lose contact. Keep your feet in contact with the ground. So don't forget the back, don't forget the front. Sometimes we kind of just come up neutral on the front. We should be pushing the hip forward. Push the hip forward. Okay. And knees. Feet together. I like to have feet together to do this. Push the knees forward. Out. So the knees don't bend sideways, so we have to use the hip and the ankles to make it appear that the knees are, they're not going sideways. Knees only bend forward. So we're warming up your ankles, your knees, your hips. Switch over. Then this one, come up on the ball of your feet and drop down. When I'm here, I keep my body and my knee at a 90-degree angle, and I come up and I still have this 90-degree angle. And then I keep it, drop my hip, push your knees forward. When you do this, don't let the knees open up. Keep them in the same line. Toes forward and go forward. You should go look, hits, touches. Then open it up, drop the hip, and again, knees open, try to open your feet this way, your knees open, bring back, use your arm your hands as continually applying outside pressure. So here I'm using my inside muscles to push against my arms. Okay, just resistance. Don't try to stop yourself. That'd be a little silly. And then go the other way. Coming forward, bring your knees forward, try to close them in. Use your arms as resistance. Right. Now, my feet are a little bit wider, but not quite. So let's start the hip. Drop your hip, and you're going to kind of come to the side. Drop this hip. And when you're doing this one, think about the inside of your lower leg, the one that's extended. Try to make that area longer. So drop, don't just drop, but drop and bring your hip over towards your other foot. Drop and bring it towards the foot. Knee, sun, sheep, go, rook, sit, do. So I'm going to go a little wider. And when I go a little wider, I'm going to drop. Do the same drop. I'm going to bend my knee, push my knee forward. So I'm going lower. And with this one, watch out so we're not doing this. I want the body upright. Come along. Come along. Keep the shoulders back. Again, try to make the inside longer down in the bottom. Hip towards your foot. Bend your knee here forward. Now, as we go lower, now we can come forward a little bit. But still get this feeling of drop this hip. Drop this hip towards this foot. Drop it. Try to extend it and bring it towards your heel. And try to go a little lower as you go along. Come over, drop your hip. Keep your feet, toes pointed forward. Get the weight on your heels. You want to use your hands, that's fine. I'd come up center. Now when we're doing this one, have this feeling of your hip going back. So we don't want to hit here and around the back. We want to try to get that natural curve out of here, this way. And again, I just like to move and kind of wiggle the hip, drop down, drop down, drop down. And then bend your knees. Drop your elbows. Knees. Maybe a little too wide, right? So we're not doing this with about the same width we were doing. Bend your knees. Bend your elbows. Knees. Elbows. Knees. Elbows. Rocking back and forth. Push your knees forward. Drop it down. And again, when you drop it, look over your head. Think of bending from here, your hip. So, you see, go, pitch, up, do, and twist your hip and push your hip forward. Twist, push, twist, push, push. So you should be doing that in the front of your hip here as you're pushing forward. Okay. Check it out. Okay, so when you take a walk, and I emphasize different things during the course of this, but the basic idea of this one is get a little, lower the camera a little bit so you can see the feet as well. As we know, I'm a strong proponent for keeping the heel down. Now, well, this is training. So, you know, you do what you need to do when you're working. But if you get the concept of this grounded hip to your heel on this one here, and when you go through there, you still maintain that same idea, whether the heel's down or not, you know, in use. So this feeling here is when we walk, so we have our adductors on the inside. Of course, we have our quads here, and then of course, for abdominal muscles, for our glutes, and all the other ones that come back and forth here. So when I start this one, I always start with the hips forward. So I'm not hungry position, but from here, and the feeling is push through your heel, and as you do this, you can see my knees moving. Push your knee forward, and then as you push, the more forward you go, we don't want to just stay here in line with this outside foot. When I push forward, I want to squeeze it in. I want to squeeze my adductors. And of course, when I squeeze one, I'm going to squeeze both. So coming forward, when I squeeze, I'm squeezing my adductors, my foot's moving, and then come through and push. And this come through and push, speaking about the hip. So sometimes I'm going to lean forward a little bit. You can see that I'm going to over accentuate. So as come through, my hip is back here. I want to get my hip to go to the front. Okay, so to do that without this leaning, without leaving the hip back, when I come forward, push, squeeze my adductors, keep my hip underneath, and I'm not raising up. I want to stay at the same level, come through, and I can reach through, then push the hip through that. Okay, so depending on how your flexibility, and you're going to have what I'm going to call this, like you come through, we have this like a bubble that we got to go over, or a speed bump. So I come through, up, down, hip goes up and down when I'm going through from this center point. So you can see I did this little bump there. So eventually what we should be working for is push the knee forward, squeeze the adductors, and then keep the hip level through that. Okay, keeping the hip level. And all the way through, this is the basic way we started. Then I emphasize different things later as we move along, as we do this one. So and if you can find a long place to do this, like there, you know how long the Eagle River Dojo is. Beautiful dojo for this. It's a long step back and forth because repetition. The less you have to interrupt by turning or going backwards, it's just better for you on this. So again, just this idea of using, this is all lower legs. It's nothing to do with the upper body. So going through, I stepped on my foot. Good example. So, but this idea, pushing through, because what do we do? To deliver a punch, to deliver a block, we step forward. So even to deliver a kick. So we come through, we step forward, and then stepping back, you can't see my feet here, stepping back. A very common mistake is bend the knee, pick up the heel on this one. This is incorrect. Okay, so what we want to think about is the heel, the hip, bring it to your heel. Bring it to your heel. And as you bring it to your heel, squeeze your adductors and it's come through. Okay, so very important part of this particular piece. So we're going to apply the pressure as I said. Okay, so come this way a little bit. So he's gonna, so when I'm stepping through, if I just take my, kind of apply some pressure, just kind of lean into it. So when if I just kind of come up, don't step back, put pressure towards me. Yeah, towards, lean into me. Like get your body, you know how I lean into your body. Okay, so if I take, and I just try to move my head, can't take this added pressure. Go ahead again, please. He's leaning into me from here. This is why I start with my front leg and then squeeze my anterodorsal and always move him around on this one here. So it's very important is don't just try to launch a stick. Try to hop over on this one. You have to use both upper body. So, and then really lean some more. Really lean. So as I'm coming forward, I come up and I set my foot down and I want to move. I want to come up. I want to continue the step. I have control all the way. Now this time I'm going to go backwards. So you need to follow. Okay. So when I'm going backwards, and if I pick my heel, again, it collapse under the pressure. How many people have you seen do a step-in punch and they hit and they collapse? It's because they're not using their back leg on this one. Very important to have that. So for this. So as a member, I'm going to show you. So okay, go ahead and lean. So when I'm doing this one, I'm keeping my hip underneath. I'm not letting it come out. I'm not picking my heel up. Okay, I'm going to move on a step back. So keep going forward. So as I do this one, I'm supporting. Lean, 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 lean. If I don't want it, okay. So come on, lean, push, 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 push. All the way through, I'm in control. Even when I go all the way back, I can come right back quick on this one. So this is the support of both legs when you're stepping it. Again, we know this leg, I have it, but if I try to launch this leg, lean without, my hip is back here, and I have no support, and I'm trying to lean again, and I'm trying to lean into these are already into me. I don't have time to get into a balanced position, a place of strength. So another part of this is, you see where I'm at right here? I'm up high. That's a little hard. If I get down below, get my hip down below, push. What I'm doing is when I'm pushing, I can raise them up. Also, so this is a very important things to learn as we step. And so this is why I do this so much in class. In our class, and I do this, I do this just about every single class. For how many years? Many, many years on this one. So it's a very good study to work on this. And then of course, then you saw me work on my punch. So I'm doing my punch, getting grounded, use my hip, and I come through, I do my punch. Okay, then I do get to feet. Then punch it. So very important is to follow that same principle. You have heard it said, we use our whole body in karate. And many times I'm thinking, okay, I'm using my whole body, but really I'm only using upper body. So if I'm using my whole body right here, and if I come through, now I'm not going to use my hands. I'm just going to make sure I don't run and you don't knock heads. When I come through, my knee went to the inside of his knee, which is extended, and I'm going to go slow. Came through, boom, and I'm dragging him back on this one. So I'm attacking with my lower slipper, but into his lower body. Close. So this is a very important thing. And then we've done this in like sidestepping. Keep it up. We're going to do turn sideways. Turn the other way. Right? It's a little better fit. Feet together, feet together. So we've done the same thing. When we step, get your hip. So this is great for Christmas shopping. So as we come through, if I just stand up straight, see, I'm gonna hit with my shoulder first because shoulder is wider than my lower body. And and if it's bigger than me, I'm not gonna budge it. But again, if I get my hip lower than his and I come through and I throw my hip in, then I'm going to disrupt them. So when we're coming in to do side kick, we're doing the same thing. Boom, boom. So we're not just standing straight and doing this. Every time we step, boom, get the hip. So now when I do this one, boom, I have my hip ready for a side kick. Most whether I did side thrust, side step. Okay, with that being said, let's do a few steps. I know we've done a few steps before, so I don't know how much room you have, but I'll do 3 steps. So I'm gonna get a little closer. We'll do 3 steps, okay? So again, this is all lower body. Upper body's going for a ride. Your hip is a carriage, upper body's going for a ride. No retention. So from here, knees over your toes, shoulder width, back forward, more forward, not open too much, we know this stuff. So think about lower body and your hip. So if you think of your hip right here, just kind of push with your leg, and then squeeze the bottom. You see it, I'll kind of get you, boom, moving, boom, get moving, boom. Now, we're gonna do this one, but it's gonna come up. 1, back, 2, back. I do this a couple of different ways. Sometimes I rotation, most of the time I do rotation. This time we're just kicking the hip. So keep all the way here, don't put your step. Don't put the weight on it. And then again, not the heel up, just the whole foot like gliding on the ridge. Knee. So push your knee forward, and the hip, bring it underneath. It's touch. Do that. Like that. Change over. Ready? Same thing. Hip straight. Hip straight. Push the knee forward. And bring your hip underneath and back. Hip. Sock. Hip. Go. Push your knee forward. Rope. Pitch. Touch. Hoop. Do. So you notice I didn't do any inside stuff. So front stance this side. So same thing, I'm right here, we're even up. When I bring here and I push forward, relax. Yeah, I'm going to push it. Okay, we're not gonna butt truck, we're not gonna butt. So get in the right place. So when I push forward, I'm coming forward here, this way. I'm coming forward, 1. So it's just not, sometimes we think of this, and this is where we put our power up the body. Very important is our power is from our hip down to the legs. When I do that, I'm pushing against this knee. Okay, whether it's this way, turn, basically. Okay. So you can see now this way, if I'm on the side, and if I'm pushing this way. And this is how we do turns, actually. And then I come around behind. And now I'm up against his leg going this way. And my foot is, you didn't see it, but it's kind of turned around his foot, right? And then I'm going to just continue. You didn't see that one before. You saw some other ones, but not that one. So that even if we turn, we could be attacking somebody's here. We could be attacking someone's stance, their ability to maintain balance. Because if he's a threat to me and he's in front of me, but I got somebody over here, I'm going to push him around, turn and go this way. Now you can see he's got his back this way. Or better yet, we know in hand showdown, right? We have 1, this one. I'm right here, and I got him, and I'm gonna bring it around, and I have this here for this block, right? And I'm gonna come in 1. Now, right up against him, and he's going all over the place. He doesn't have the stance on this. So again, using your whole body. This is you're not just seeing everything through the fist. That's still only using upper body. Most people just. So when we hit and we step forward, we're not stepping forward, hitting here. I'm stepping forward, hitting with my hip, hitting with my knee. Whether I make contact or not, that's when I'm hitting. And even if I'm not going to use this, I'm going to come forward and use and make contact with. Here I went inside. I didn't want to bust this knee backwards on this one. So this idea, we can go inside, we can go outside. We all know this idea. Every time we do this, we want to step inside. And that's a very good idea. But sometimes I want to step outside, so I can do this one. And I have this one. So very important. So that's just a step. Okay, we haven't done the technique. We're just working on step forward. Let's step forward. We haven't done it yet. talk about it, let's do it. So again, think about your hip, push your hip. Now, when I say this, I'm talking about the sockets right here. Push this here forward. Don't lean back, but bring everything else with it. Come forward, and as the knee comes forward, then squeeze the adductors, bring it forward, and it's going to come inside. It's going to come inside like a little hook, and the other one's going to come up. Now my knee is here. Now I'm going to tip my hip, boom, step forward. Okay, push, adductors, bring it inside, come through, tip your hip. Tip your hip. Yeah, okay, tip your hip. Now I want to make sure I said that right. Hey, push, adductors, tip. Up, sheep. Now, Ura, I'm going to turn sideways. So again, same concept, but in reverse. So here, I'm going to step, I'm going to bring my hip to my heel. So not just back, not just back. I'm going to bring it down like I'm sitting down. Sitting down. Don't stick it out. Sitting down. Now, when you do this, squeeze your adductors and shoot the heel. And your toe should be straight. Your hip to your heel, adductors, shoot. Okay? Right? So that's explanation forward back. Let's go forward, then we'll go back. Right, ready? Knee, adductors, tip. Knee, adductors, tip. Now, when I say knee, it's just not bring your knee forward, it's use your body, bring your knee forward. Right? It's adductors, tip. Knee. I'm going to do one more. So, right, Uda, let's go back. So you hip to your heel and pitch. Hip to your heel, knee. Sun. She. Okay, so again, I like to do laps. Whoever does those beautiful things. Okay, now from here, I get them right. So we're going to do yakutsuki. One. So bring everything forward. Okay, bring your hip and everything forward. One, then back. Now we're going to do that step. Knee. And why should you fight me at that? Inch. Yep. Knee. Back. Sun. Sheep. Let's go. Uda. So now I'm going to do both punches with this one. I'm going to go Uda. Yaku. Bring back. And front punch. So not Hanmi. Shoulder. Okay, now relax. It's knee. Come. Sheep. Go. Roll. Head forward. It's knee. Come. Sheep. Go. It's patch. Knee. Come. Sheep. Go. Roll. It's patch. Time. Focus of the body is moving forward. And I mentioned this before in class. You know, in Anchorage, we have the vortides coming down the arm. And so this idea, a vortide is not like a normal wave that kind of does this curl thing. The vortide is a wall of water that's coming up. And it's going to hit you because as the water narrows, water has no place to go but build up and then it pushes it in. That's why we have a vortide in the arm. And so again, so not more here, not more here, not more here. Everything. Oh, points right here. Come forward at the same time and the same energy. Now, think about, okay, going back. 1, 2. Okay. If we move the wrong way, you have no power because body weight's going this way. There you go, please. Let's get a little closer. So if I go back, I'm going to punch with this side so we can see. If I go back, and if I punch, see, I can reach in here. But if I bring my body backwards, and if I move my body back, even I did touch him, but it just really, it just was touched him and it went away. So he's pretty happy. Maybe he's getting a little annoying now. But this idea is if I move my body back, So when we're stepping backwards, this is not what we want to do. Okay, so what do we need? So what I'll do is just drop my body down, build, and get my support. Drop it down. Now I have power delivered into you on this here every time. So I can be here, I have good power, I drop back, I have the same power. Okay, so again, if I drop my body back and go, sometimes I can't reach, especially if I want to make a long stems. Okay, I can't reach. So, and it gets just like when you saw me pushing forward and backwards on this one. I need to be able at any point during this, if I'm coming up halfway, then I need to go back because he's coming in. I can catch, okay, and I can still have good power into this punch, whether it's this one or this one. This one doesn't matter. Front punch, reverse punch. Once, but if I move away, again, it doesn't matter. I'm moving the wrong way on this. So leg work more than shifting the body backwards on this. If you want to deliver power. Now, if you want to just get out of the way, that's a different situation. Okay, but better yet is to do the same thing. Hit your cover and don't loosen up your legs. Do your block and keep your arm, body, leg. Do the block instead of trying to kind of bring the body back and try to reach down. Like you have an empty arm, empty leg. So very important is to stay into the person. Okay, with that being said, we're going to do a little bit of kumite. We've been working on Ippon kumite, and so we did the basics. So I step back and jump around this. Right, so he's going to come in, punching the drill down, how it is. So again, I'm not moving back, I'm coming in. Then I have horizontal. Okay, so this is something we need to get used to. A lot of times for basic, we want to block on the wrist and do full punch. Then what does everyone do? They try to do a full punch on their approach. So from here, horizontal. I drop again. So Otozuki, I'm doing full body, but short range. Now this isn't just going up flat, it's going to go and it's going to come up. Okay, because I want to just not go in, I want to come up. Come up. So that's the one difference between, we've heard the saying, if I do a reverse punch here, it's Otozuki, that is it on this one. And that's true as far as distance goes, but as far as the path, no, because I don't want to do just straight. I want to come up. I want to come under and come up. Push, when I push up into the abdominal, it goes up into the rib cage, press against the heart and lungs. But it has more of an effect than if I just go straight in. Okay, so this is how I want to do that punch. So again, get used to a closer block. And get that punch. Now, when I hear he's still there, so I'm still looking at him. And then we come up. Then I'm coming up. I'm not hitting you first, and then I'm coming up. Well, it's going to have this state of readiness. Zanshin, what we call that. Remember? So a lot of times people like getting like they do not. Ah! And he's still chambered. He's still ready to go. He just tapped me in the head. He could grab it. It's going to be down. So again, don't just always remember this. Make sure your students are doing this again. So let's go to the next one. I'm going to do the same thing, but here, now I did yaku. Okay, now I have right to the rib. Again, what does it do? Make sure you use your hip and come down. Close. Now, when I'm doing this one, I'm still keeping control. You can see I have my hand over here. Block here. Now, don't do this. Put it in the way, right? We want this to go same time. Now he's here. We're doing Ippon kumite, right? But now we always need to be ready to go. Continue. Always be ready to go. Don't just done. Oh, come on, let him get up first. Close? Close. Again, so what I just did again, I went with the same leg, but I did Agyuki. Yaku Agyuki. I have my block. Now I'm going to do Uzuki, turn the body, turn my knee, bring my knee towards him, pull, and do this one. I did not grab him. Just went down, pull, and did my punch. Now, again, I'm ready to go. Whatever I need to do. Close? One more time. Jodan. Jodan Agyuki. You notice he's turning his body already on this. I'm not allowing him to come in. Then come over. Jodan. Now, this time I'm going to move 90 degrees to the side. Chinte, right? We have this idea, chinte, coming down and punch. Okay. So I'm going to stand in chinte because that's after I'm using this out. He's coming in. And the reason I'm doing this, we all work on the same side, it's not so bad. But if he's taller than me, I'm going to go this side so you can see chin side. Then the shoulders in the room. How many times have you seen people do something like this, trying to punch out? But when I get this and I get him in this position from here, see now the shoulder's down. Now I have a good shot. Now, even if he's taller than me, and again, so if you have Basaya, Yamazuki, oh, right? Bring this up. And the other hand is here because I'm not holding him, I just brought him down. So even if the shoulder's a little bit in the way, can't get in there. When we do Yamazuki, you're right there. And again, I'm going to get a good place to continue. Okay? So again, from here, from across, doing the same block, coming around Yamazuki. Now, a lot of times you want to keep here, you go to it before you get to the target. And if you need to move, boom, get a little closer. And I'm in the same body position as Basaya. Simio, basic, same concept. Okay? So, and if we think about again this here, when he comes in, so again, pasa. But yeah, this time I'm not doing this because this is no good for me. I'm coming up inside and catching this Buddhism. And again, whether I'm in here or here, I'm ready to go again. Oh, and this emphasizes here on this one. We did Urazuki once before, but just showing that again, we're talking about Pasada. And again, coming in. I'm coming in to him a little bit, getting this block. Whether I hit him here or not, I still have this one. One more time. And what I'm doing with this block is I'm aiming, I'm not just coming up. I'm aiming when he's getting his punch. I'm aiming for his shoulder, and I'm going out towards his shoulder. And I'm flaring my elbow a little bit. Okay, a little bit, almost like doing kagezuki, but I'm coming up with it. So coming in here, and I'm coming inside, and I'm doing Buddhism. Okay, boom, here, driving it in. Again, coming up, coming on. Okay, so there, so we did both beside on this one. Okay, now let's go to Shudan. So this idea of Chudan here, this one I like. I've used this one quite a bit on this one right here. So he's coming in, aside here. Okay, I have this aside here. I'm coming down, and I didn't hit him with my arm, or my hand. I hit him with my arm. Okay, this one. His hand goes down. Now, if I'm up too high, okay, coming closer. He still touches me. So I have to get this into this position and keep it built this one right here. So I have this assignment game. Now from here, my other hand is going to, at this time, this can be a little more difficult. It's going to be a cross. It's not going to be draw hand position. Right? So I'm coming in and I'm coming up right in. And I have this. So I'm doing this yaku at this point. Okay, so I have the side kick and I'm doing back fist. Coming across the outside. So this is kind of like pom pom, pom pom, pom pom. So not singing, but pom pom. So I have to remember when I'm doing this one, keep my elbow in. Now, don't, when you do this one, don't raise your elbow up so high from way up here trying to do this, because if he realized this one is changed like this. So you have this punch, and I was doing this one. So if I'm way up here like this, and you realize this punch, boom. So if I'm way, this, he has me. So when he comes in, and if I do this one, and he comes in, instead of doing Huraken, I come down like again right, and then I bring my other one right in, and I. So we want to be set up so we still have options as much as we can. Okay, because most people don't come in one and leave. Don't come in 1, 2. So this idea, I do so. Coming in 1, 2. Okay, that's how you think. Again, I'm using my arm. If he's on the other side, and I want to do the same side, now I have my hand. Just because I'm there. Boom. Okay. Boom, boom. Okay, but the thing is, right here, he's facing me, and it's so much easier for him to continue. When I'm this way, he's outside. He's outside. He's outside. A little harder. I have this one. His other hand's on the other side. And even if he does how you get a punch through, I'm ready for it. So again, always being ready to go ahead. Call us one step, but think of it more as a picture taking during a whole episode. So we want to be ready to go before, during, and after. So one more time. This one, please. Which side are you attacking with? That's it. Okay. So when he comes through, I have a side kick and put it. And if I can, I want to go behind the jab. Oh, make sure you're in there. Okay, so that's Chunan. Let's do a different Chunan from here. So change this side, please. So now we have Hiji Ate. Okay, like in the sun, right? There we have this come through. Boom, or even in 2 on this one. When he comes through, I'm going to come in and I'm going to block with my arm. And I'm going to turn around, come around, and patch. My elbow up to his jaw here, up to his neck. If he's taller than me, I'm going to go right underneath the rib cage towards the kidneys. So always knowing where the target is and what's best for you. So again, when he comes in, I'm going 1, 2, 2, 2. Okay? 1, 2. 1, 2. And if you can, you didn't see this part, let's change sides, please. Yeah, let's well, I don't know how best to show this one. We'll just see if this works. So it comes through. 1, back, 2, make him comfortable. I'm going to get my hip right up against his. So again, coming through. 1, hook. See, already I'm disrupting it. And if I'm doing this, I can get lower. That's better. Kidneys, one side or the other side, or going shoulder. Okay. Know where your targets are. Okay. Don't just come around. Also, a lot of times people come closer, please, and turn this way. And they do, well, they want to do elbow, but they're actually making contact with this part right here of their arm. Right, this one right here. And for him, that's kind of like a massage. Oh, a little lower, please. Okay. But if I get into, and I want to use the impy, the point, even right here. No, there's a big difference between this and then this. Okay, so make sure you're using the elbow. Both. Coming in. One, take, turn, come around, and don't step into a full pivot. You have to go accordingly. Okay, and I'm going to show you one thing. Let's go back to the side. You see what I did this time? Instead of being on the outside, I came over to him. Now I got his elbow against my body. One, and I'm gonna keep going. He's either gonna go with it or it's coming apart. Most. So again, this one. Well, then once I have one, you see how our hands just fit when you do the right method. Fits right in. Okay. Let's do my getting. So a lot of people, on this one, a lot of people are, will come in, and we bang, my shin against my arm against his shin, and it hurts. A lot of people don't like this idea. But if I think of this idea, instead of doing this type of thing, I think of like going to punch right towards his other thigh when he comes in. And I got to just make sure I'm inside. Go ahead, come up and just go ahead and do the kick. Come up, do the kick. Come on, extend. So again, I'm not going to hold here because he'll do what he tried to do earlier, go around it. But when I come in and do this one, come in, there he is. And I'm not doing this type of thing. But the thing you have to do is we have to get lower towards the kick. Coming in, one, here. Okay, now notice that it's really, really close on this one. So if you want to do, then I'm going to do the other one. Maybe. I'm going to the outside. Thought he was going to elbow me. He tries to do these little things on this one because he knows what I'm doing on this one. Right? So this is like yaku, almost like yaku right there. Ready? Come on. Inside. And so I'm here, right here. Okay. And again, I didn't do the full takedown on this, but when I do that type of a takedown, couple of steps forward, please. Change me. In the position we were just in. So from here, I can do this like a wrap around and do a take. That's how we're going to do our flips. But this one right here, strike. Now I'm using the inside of my forearm. Come across. Boom. And at the same time. Okay, so this is how you stop people. Okay, you strike them in their weak spots. On this one. So, and again, when I do this one, you notice my arm right here. It's kind of wrapping around it. Here, I'm not being stiff and trying to go through it. Right. Try my leg back. Like I'm making the front stance. Like the front stance, right? See, I'm making the front stance. And he's just going to go down. And I'm going to come in. I'm going to go down with him. My knee is on his body. And I'm going to come in with a punch. If his arm up here, I'm going to punch right to the ribs. Once, And then after that, I grab a hold of his arm when I can. 1, 2, okay? If I can get it from the beginning, keep it. Okay, okay. So again, my giddy, when he comes in, I'm gonna do this here and I cut. I'm doing this guard and I'm going to the outside of his hip and I'm almost like doing tatezu. But I gotta lower when I come in and do this one. And then I catch. Okay, I catch. Now from here, I don't have to, I can just do a punch right here. And then take with this arm, go slowly, bring it up over my head, and then throw it down. Okay, and if I'm on this side, inside, again, bring it up over my head and throw it down. You notice I didn't go over my head. I don't have to throw. I can just from here, step forward and do a reverse punch. Step forward and I do a reverse punch. And I'm throwing again. I'm just going to throw him back on backwards. Boom. On this one. So reverse punch is not always a punch. Right? So again, one more time. Gonna make this guard. Come right in. 1 and catch. And again, from here, I can go right here. I can do something, okay? And I want to go to the top of the sleeve. To the top of it. I don't want to be down here. I want to be top. See, that's turning him around. And as soon as he realized that, his balance was off, so he's trying to catch him. So from here, 1. And then I can throw it down again. And then you notice where I'm at. Oh, oh. If we go in a way, and he knows he's going to go this way. Okay, good. So you know you're going to go that way. That's what I'm going to do. You know I'm going this way. He can still be ready to catch me. Right? So when I come along, 1, this way, this way, he doesn't know where he's going. And if he doesn't know where he's going, he doesn't know how to fall, doesn't know where he's going. Okay, so you got to be careful. You got to do some of these ideas. Okay, so let's do Mawashige roundhouse kick. Okay, so he's coming in to do this Mawashige. So I'm going to do this block. I'm going to use the palm of my heel, and I'm going to support it with this one. And I'm going to go high ditch. I'm going to go right to his knee. I'm going to step out slightly and block this one. My body position is going to be like that beside position. Okay, comes in 1 right here, and I have that. Okay, knee. And a step forward, step forward. 1, 2, 2. So do the block, step up, punch it. Again, just like we talked about going backwards, right here, but boom, catch. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, so again, using the palm, when you bring this Mawashige up, I'm going right to the inside of his knee, above his knee, going above that part of the knee, getting outside from here, and sometimes he made an incidental contact. I don't care. If it didn't crack my ribs, now in a tournament, you might get a point against you. Okay, but this idea, I'm getting 1, and then when I recover, 2, boom. Right towards the jaw. I got the tap that he's low. And I do my punch with that too. Okay. But, okay. Let's do the side kicking. Side kicking. Right from stance. Same. Side kick. Step forward, side kick. Cool. Okay. So he's rotating this way and doing a side kick towards me. And when he's here, his heel's here, his knees here, his chin's on this side. So I don't want I don't block against the shin. But actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do scamioki. So when he comes in, I'm going to place one hand below, one hand on top, and I'm going to pull. And when he pulls, he's not expecting me. Now, what I can do, again, let's go back to that, let's move this way a little bit. When he comes in, so it's kind of okay. I'm going to pull and pull the legs down, then knock it out a little bit more. So he went a little wider than he anticipated. He was expecting that first one and he was ready for it. But I just tapped him just a little bit. And you see even right now, a little bit, it shakes his whole body on this one. So again, it's coming okay. Grasping block. And when I do this, I'm going to extend him out. And when I extend him out, I'm going to pull down a little bit. One. And you notice I came back to back stance. Okay. And then once I have that, then I have, so you have to see, depending on where the arms are or where they're at, what do you have? I have, well, I've already extended it, so I have this. Then I can come along and get this. If his arms are in the way, well, oh. Well, so Sakami, okay. One more, again, let's do so with this one, so we call Sakui, okay, scooping block. Okay, we come around like this. We do this in Kokudan, right? So the security, okay. So when I'm doing this one's doing that concept. Then the other one's just right up on top. So, and my fingers, let's go a little closer to the camera, please. So when he comes in, I'm doing the Sakuyoki, and then this one is right on top. I'm not straight across, I'm not sideways, I'm just going at a 45-degree angle with an open hand. You notice this one did the catch. This one's just going on top, I'm not grabbing. Now I'm just going to go from here, up, up, up. I'm just gonna go from here, and I'm just going to make my back stance and pull them down and forward. Now I can just come forward. If he's got his arm up, I can't do a punch. I can come here. Or as I mentioned before, now I can come up. So again, we can't have an exact set pattern. Do this, because we don't know exactly how he's going to respond. I just have to pay attention to where he's going and where am I at when he's doing this. Okay, and then what's available, what targets are available. When his arms are up right here, like this, straight line attacks are not good. Oh, look, right there. Even when he brought his hand down, and I'm gonna keep down low, so that's it in. And if he almost cut me with his fingers, which would not have been. So now if I can do that one here, and if I'm closer, I can't. Same thing. Back around behind. Then we can come across. And then go around. Again, and I'm changing directions on him. He doesn't know where he's going. Close? So again, Ippon kumite, think of it like a snapshot of a whole event. We're here, we're in this, we're fighting, we're involved with this whole thing right here. And it's kind of turns into a melee. But if we think of this idea and we're going through this melee, 1, 2, 3, 1, and then we take a snapshot. Boom, this one punch and then this one. Okay. And then of course from that I have this type of technique. So again, think of it like a snapshot in a melee. And this is the one-time pull where you're going to do your punch. We have this idea of ikini satsu, they punch and he drops dead. That's not the way it works, folks. So again, we've had this melee come along, and all of a sudden from here, I move, now I have my shot. Boom, this is going to be the shot. Okay, it's like boxing. They don't, they're in it. Boom, 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 boom. One gets a nice boom, and then they catch the shot. And again, even if this isn't it, I'm ready to continue. So again, think of Ippon kumite like a picture taken in a melee that's going on. Close? Right, closer. With that being said, let's get ready to warm up. Reach up. Again, reach up out of your shoulders. Again, but don't let the spine don't come up. Reach up, reach forward, reach back. Reach down. Reach forward, back, up, back, down, up, back, down, up, back, down, reach, so let's go the other way. Well, this time we want to keep the body stable, but let the shoulder girdle increase its ability to move in all these directions we're going. Then let's reach up, Elbows are outside, bring them inside, drop down, up, outside, knee. One more, fine. Right, close, sway up. So, so you make, Dojo Coach. Seek perfection of character.
Seek perfection of character.
Be faithful.
Be faithful.
Endeavor.
Endeavor.
Respect others.
Respect others.
Refrain from violent behavior.
Refrain from violent behavior.
Show me.
Hey!
Oh, the guy need. Right. Well,
Good.
right. Thank you again.